Hello, welcome to the ninth part of the Life Purpose series. And today I'm going to be talking about the call of inspiration and how you are going to respond and act on your inspiration. So, in the last video lecture, the eighth video lecture of the Life Purpose series, I talked about the meaning of your resonances. In translating your resonance lecture, I talked about why your resonances are the biggest clues to your life path and life purpose, because the life path or life purpose is actually not a place to arrive at. These are not actionables that you just do and fulfill and achieve, but this is your life path or life purpose is actually a state of frequency of your consciousness. Now, I've explained that already very clearly in my last lecture. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is inspiration. If you have been playing the resonance game that I've talked about, then you already have been coming in your, across in your daily life some inspired moments, coming across some inspired moments where you feel that there is an attraction towards doing a certain thing, maybe engage in a certain event. For example, for all of a sudden, you suddenly feel like maybe writing a book, or maybe just feel like, taking a vacation somewhere. Maybe just feel a very high drive to maybe just engage in a conversation with somebody. Okay. This drive, this, attraction towards doing something, this is the call of inspiration. Now, if you have been playing the resonance game, you will come across more frequently in your day-to-day experience across these inspired moments where you really suddenly, all of a sudden, for no reason at all, will feel very, very inspired to do something. Now, in last lecture, I talked about why your resonances are your biggest clue to your life path frequency, where I explained the resonances that you feel with certain events actually make these resonant events have, as an experiential nature, they have a frequency which is very close to the core vibrational frequency of your life path frequency. So they are literally are like clues. If you follow them, they tune your vibration to your life path frequency, and that's all you're basically doing in, and that you need to do in order to tune into your life path. Because once you do that, which is if you tune into your core life path frequency, every singular experiences that you're here to learn, to experience, to enjoy in life suddenly starts coming into view. Now, inspiration is when there is a desire to engage in something, and this desire, this inspiration, this pull, this attraction will lead you to these resonant events, right? In last lecture, I talked about why some events might look like resonant events, which you just accidentally come across. But this is a little different, but basically the same thing. What I'm saying is, if you follow your inspiration and act on it, it will lead you to these resonant events. And these resonant events will tune your consciousness to your life path frequency more and more as you engage more in such resonant events. So how to come across such resonant events, how to come across more to this, clues to your life path frequency? That is to follow the call of inspiration, right? Again, it is very important that you play the resonance game so that you get these frequent, calls of inspiration. Because the resonance game includes you following your inner guidance, which I've also talked about in one of my lectures. So when this inspiration comes, it is usual sometimes, actually most of the times, for people who are new to tuning in with their life path frequency, it is very natural to think like this inspiration have no heads or tails to them. Like these are absolutely random attraction towards certain things, which makes no sense. Maybe all of a sudden you feel like maybe, just listen to music, or maybe just take a walk, or maybe relax and take a break. All of a sudden there is a huge drive to maybe take a vacation, which makes no heads or tails immediately to the logical linear thinking mind. It makes no connection to a planned out way to achieve something. It doesn't, because I have to make this very, very clear that what you call your life purpose is not a place, which I've already talked about in my very first lecture. It is just you tuning with your core soul frequency. So when this inspiration comes, these inspirations are just hints that in the form of some engagements, attraction towards some engagements, hints that this is what you need to act on to tune in more with your life path frequency. But the logical and linear mind, what it tries to translate it as, okay, is this inspiration or whatever that's happening to me, if I act on it, will it connect linearly to that desire that I have, which I call my life purpose? That is what the linear, logical, intellectual mind tries to do. And that is why it always is not able to make any sense of inspiration when it comes, because inspiration has nothing to do with you achieving any particular desire or arriving somewhere or doing something or engaging something that you call your life purpose. It's because your life purpose is none of those things. Your life purpose is just a state of frequency. So when the inspiration comes, all it means is that if you act on it, you will be closer to that frequency state of consciousness, which is near to your core vibrational frequency. All that there is happening. So it's in an entirely different dimensional context from which the inspiration comes, and from the dimension of logicality and linearity, and trying to find out how it leads to something that we call and we think is our life purpose. It will not make any sense because it has no such relation to such things. I hope I'm able to make it clear that why, when inspiration comes, it is absolutely useless and not necessary, not even needed, to find out how it is going to connect with certain things that you have in your mind, because what you have in your mind is most of the times not what you really need. Does that mean that you do not attain your desire, fulfill your desire? Obviously not. It's because once you start tuning into your life path frequency, every single thing that you call your desire starts fulfilling by yourself effortlessly, almost effortlessly. It looks like there is some effort being put, but it's all a joy, and it's inspired action, not even work. It's all just fun and play, right? So how to respond to the call of inspiration. So when this inspired moments happens, when you feel like engaging in certain things all of a sudden, what I would suggest you do at that time is, first of all, not think of analyzing it, trying to figure out what it makes, how it connects to the grand scheme of things and everything. Do not try to do any of that. That is going to lower your vibration, because the inspiration in itself is a high frequential food for your consciousness state of being, which you need to just ingest. But when you, instead of doing this, start analyzing it, you are literally tuning down your frequency. Okay, because anyways it's not going to be any useful. You're going to get more and more anxious, like, okay, so should I follow it, should I not? And you'll get nervous, and after some time you'll get disappointed trying to analyze it, because it will make no sense, and it will lower your frequency, because you will feel worse and worse. So instead of doing all of that, as I mentioned, the game is entirely about raising your frequency. As long as you're doing that, you're good to go. So whenever this calls of inspiration comes, just act on it without thinking where it's going to lead, what it's going to do. If you can, if you have the desire, if you want to really play this game of fulfilling your life purpose, act on it. Now what will happen is that this will be an inspired action. Like, it will not even feel like work, because it's inspired action. Inspired action does not feel like work at all. It's entirely different. It will feel, the action will smoothly get executed, and you will feel a complete resonance when you are engaging in that action. And after some time, when the resonance is over, you will know that you have acted on your inspiration and that inspiration is now gone. Now at that time, again, as I explained in my last lecture, that do not cling to that inspiration once it's gone. It's because you have acted on it, and leave it. Now once you leave it, keep tuning in with your inner guidance, keep playing the resonance game, and wait for the next inspiration and act on it again. Now what it will do is, these inspirations will lead you to such high resonant events which will just tune you more and more and more to your core life path frequency. And that's all that you need to do. The more you do it, the more such inspired moments will come in more frequency. The more you act on it, this will just increase and increase till your entire day is filled with a numerous inspired events, inspired clues that you are acting on, and in your entire day becomes an entirely resonant uh, uh, day. Basically, there will be not a moment when you are not engaged in any inspired action. Every moment you are just taking one inspired action to another. And this is what exactly your life path is. In your life path, when you're walking on it, you are literally in harmony with everything that you're doing, and that is what's actually happening. When you have your entire day filled with just inspired actions, you know that you are fulfilling your life purpose every single moment. And that's the blissful way to live. And that's what you're here for, and that's what you're looking for. So I hope that this has been helpful in your journey. If you're watching this on my website, I'll love if you can leave a comment about how your journey has been. If you're watching this in my YouTube page, what I'd like you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification, because I would be posting daily tutorials on this life purpose series. I have an entire series playlist of how to fulfill your life purpose in my YouTube channel, so you can start watching them from the beginning, where I'll clearly lay out the steps of how to tune in with your inner guidance, how to find out your resonance, what exactly is a life path, so that you can finally fulfill your life purpose one after the other, because your life purposes is not just one, but numerous laden in your life path. So I will meet you in my next video, and have an amazing day. Bye bye.